Welcome to the DNS podcast, Mr. Pranit Naheta.
Thank you.
Mr. Naheta, 18 years of successfully running a legacy of operating a jewelry store in Dubai. What has brought you back to India?
Okay, let me first tell you what took me to Dubai, why I went to Dubai. There was a lot of business opportunities in 2003 when I moved to Dubai. I wanted to get exposure to international markets, to international brands, and understand how their sensibilities work. So I established a business there. I used to source best quality raw material, gemstones and diamonds, and supply to Middle East, Europe, and South American markets. That gave me an exposure to the designs the international brands used to make, the way they used to work. And, but at the back of the mind, I always wanted to create my own brand. I had this at the back of my mind that I want to have my own identity someday. So I got inspired by these brands. And that's when I decided to come to India. The reason being in Dubai, there are plethora of jewelers and you're pitted against the top international brands.
True.
So to create an identity over there amongst such big names and age-old names would be difficult. And I thought India is an emerging market and is the best place to go back and create my own identity and a brand. And my roots are from India. So
absolutely.
So they say your heart is where your roots are. So I wanted to come back and do something here. That's what brought me back after so many years.
That's amazing. A great journey, probably from Dubai to India.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
No
You
regrets.
belong to India's top jewelry family. What has made you weave in your own jewelry brand in India under the brand Pranit Naheta?
When you're under an umbrella of a big brand, it comes with its own challenges because they have their own aesthetics, their own values.
True.
And you can't rock the boat. If you want to swim against the tide, you want to have individuality.
Right.
You have to think outside the box. And when I wanted to create my own name, a niche for myself.
True.
It's very difficult to kind of have a voice with many people in the scenario, and especially when there is a brand which has been established for such a long time.
Right.
So how do you stand out? That was my challenge, and that's when I decided, if I have to go about it, I have to take the risk, I have to take the plunge, and I have to do it by creating my own brand, Pranit Naheta, where I can be my own boss and have my own say.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Well said. You've returned to India and in no time, you've successfully launched your brand, Pranit Naheta.
Yes.
Can you share with our audience what should they be looking at your brand, Pranit Naheta?
Yes. Well, it's not that it happened immediately. It took me a lot of time. There was a lot of work at the back end. It was during COVID when there was an inception of an idea which I wanted to sort of explore myself into. I wanted to dive into that. And I'm a designer. I'm a creative guy.
Innovative.
Essentially, yeah. So I always keep innovating, creating things. And I love wearing jewelry myself. I love wearing eclectic accessories and adorning myself and, going out, flaunting my jewelry.
Outstanding.
So, yeah. So I wanted to create for people like me. I wanted to create for men because now today, you see, in India, men have discerning tastes. They have evolved over a period of time.
Right.
And a lot of them want to flaunt their style. They want to wear their personality.
Right.
I wanted to create for them. I saw a lacuna in this space of men's jewelry, luxury men's jewelry. And that's where I wanted to pitch in. And I started creating during COVID. I did a lot of research and development. I sat with a team of designers and we created ideas. We brainstormed on what we could make and how we should launch ourselves. So it was a lot of working where it came to procuring the right raw material and consistently getting the same quality, collaborating with the right people, having somebody to make you envisage something, but then to bring it to reality, you need a whole team to do it.
Absolutely.
So to create the right quality of workmanship, craftsmanship. So these were all the challenges that I faced initially. But then slowly, as the brand evolved, as I started digging more into it and working effortlessly on this idea of mine, things started to take shape.
Amazing. So it's teamwork, which really, really is, the epitome of any brand.
Yes,
which
absolutely.
is rightly coined by you.
And actually, apart from teamwork, it's also the right people collaborating with you, who share the same idea and vision, who believe in you. So my wife was a big supporter. She kind of always pushed me, go the extra mile, do it. You can.
Absolutely.
You believe in yourself. So that extra support that you get, that also helps a lot apart from your teamwork. Yeah.
True, absolutely. It's the support, it's the dedication, the perseverance, I think, and a lot of hard work which goes in building a brand.
Yes. And like they say, brand is not built in a day.
Oh, absolutely. Rome wasn't built in a day.
Absolutely. So it's very easy for us to say, it's a brand, but the brand stands for its core values, for its aesthetics, for what it promises, and whether you deliver to your promise or no.
Oh, absolutely. The service and
Yes.
the value which you give to your client, and the value which you put on the table is something where the client is going to come back to you.
Yes, and I'm lucky to have been born in a family which has jewelry as its core business. So I've seen the ethics, the values which my grandfather and my forefathers, my grandfather's father, great-grandfather used to carry, and the way they used to deal. I've seen that while growing, right from childhood. So I've imbibed those, and then obviously your experience and knowledge always comes into play. Having been in the jewelry business and being a fifth generation jeweler, that runs in our blood. The knowledge and experience obviously comes easier than it would come to other people.
True. I personally believe in a formula: passion plus consistency equals to success.
Yes, I kind of agree with you, because you can't give your 100% till you don't do what you love.
True.
My love for jewelry has always been from childhood, and it has just grown, and it has kind of helped me with the travels I've had, with the experience, international exposure I've had, with the interactions I've had with so many different markets. And then you learn from every person you meet, the experiences you share, and the inspirations. When you travel to different countries, you get inspired from so many different things.
True.
And
the cultural experiences.
Absolutely.
True.
And then you bring all that on your table, and then you put them together. When you start creating, a lot of those thoughts come back to you, and you draw inspirations, and my pieces have stories behind each of them.
Yes, we did have that brief conversation.
Yes, which draws stories from all these things that I have experienced.
That's amazing. It's such a big USP which you have for your jewelry, that every piece of Pranit Naheta's jewelry has a story behind it.
Yes, a story, because I think people connect with stories. Somewhere each of us has their own story, and
True.
It's through our stories that we have our narrative.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I mean, I have put stories behind my thoughts, what went into creating it, and I hope it resonates with people when they wear them.
I'm sure they will. I'm sure, because it's an innovative idea, and it's a disruptive idea of sharing a jewelry with a story to a buyer.
Yes.
So I'm sure the consumers are going to be awed by your gesture of sharing a story behind a piece of jewelry.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
Absolutely. You mentioned men's jewelry.
Yes.
What has made you enter this micro niche in the jewelry segment?
Even today, India is such a big market when it comes to wedding jewelry, bridal jewelry.
Right.
But when it comes to groom gifting, when you have to give something, a luxury piece to a groom, there's nothing apart from a luxury watch, a branded watch. What do you gift a guy? Now in today's generation, now we're talking about the ones who are going to get married, the grooms are going to be the millennials.
True.
So they want something they can wear they can express themselves in, they can flaunt their style, and it's become a part of your personality.
Right.
So when it comes to groom gifting, there is nothing. There was no luxury product available as a brand which one could say, okay, you know, let's apart from a watch, let's also gift him a luxury piece of jewel.
True.
So menswear luxury menswear jewelry became very important to fit that gap and to find a solution for groom gifting. Also, I feel today it's when you see bridal jewelry, I've attended to a lot of brides because my experience and my past has always been dealing with women for their bridal jewelry.
Right.
But I have associated with grooms along the way. And then there are my friends whom I speak to and discuss with, and I take their ideas and feedback. And what I have seen is that if there is some brand which can, and let's understand this, we are offering products which have gold, which have diamond, which have value at the end, right?
Right.
So when people have something to give to a groom, which is luxury, which is branded, which has quality, and at the end it has value. And then the kind of things we offer along with our brand, the warranties and the certifications. So that brings the trust factor also into it.
The value added services.
Absolutely.
Right.
So if you go through our long terms and conditions, you'll be amazed at the kind of things we offer along with just the product.
Amazing.
So there is the design, there is the product, there is the quality, but there are so many other things that go with it.
Right.
So I wanted to cater to that segment, and that's why I wanted to enter the space of essentially groom gifting. India being such a big wedding market and so many opulent and high profile weddings happening here. But apart from that, our range, which is like from 1.5 lakhs to we cap at 5 lakhs. Our range caters to all segments, all stratas of the society. So it's not just HNIs or people with money who can afford it. For groom gifting, it works for everyone.
Yeah.
And it's something I feel one can treasure for lifetime.
Right. So rightly said that Pranit Naheta gives value services to their customers at the end of the day when they come with a whole lot of value added services along with the brand.
Yeah.
Along with the piece of jewelry they buy from your store.
Yeah. Because I believe quality and service is actually carried on for lifetime. And that has more value than the value itself.
Absolutely. There's only one profit center in the world, and which is the customer.
Yes, absolutely.
Right. So you have to make the customer happy.
Absolutely. That's the core.
True. How do you see the men's jewelry industry in the next 5 years?
Oh, it's growing exponentially. I believe I've done a lot of research and my reading on menswear jewelry because I was getting into this segment. So I have read a lot of articles and things. But I believe men's jewelry is in India about a 950 crores market. That's not much actually when you compare it to the worldwide market, where in 2021 alone, worldwide men's jewelry market was valued at $6.5 billion. So India is at 950 crores plus minus right now. And it's supposed to potentially grow at about 36% next year.
That's a tremendous growth.
Yes, but I see actually that's just the beginning. I see a growth of about 5x in the next 5 years.
Wow.
Yeah, because the tastes and preferences of men are changing. Men are actually now going about and spending on themselves. With the gender fluid codes and individuality. Also men have become a lot more patient when it comes to buying jewelry. So with all these, and then of course the social media, nobody spares.
Absolutely,
gets spared by the social media.
Absolutely, the awareness has really increased.
That I was just coming to that. It's through the social media. It's the awareness that has been created.
Absolutely,
and that's what driving the men's jewelry sector in India, and it's gonna grow leaps and bounds. And I just wanted to make early inroads into it.
Absolutely. A great platform, a great industry rather to enter into.
Yes.
The Indian charm. India to become third biggest market for men's jewelry.
Yeah.
Your take on men's jewelry getting the spotlight.
Yeah. I've heard of this. And let's thank our government actually for it. the government policies, make in India as a mantra. And that actually has helped a lot of industries to come up, believe in themselves, to rise above the challenges, even to put in a lot of effort, money, and in terms of machineries. I'm talking about the quality, the finishes. So a lot of people have started investing because they believe there is potential in India. And India is like no other country. The emergence of New India is a huge, potentially growing market.
Absolutely.
Also, I feel in tomorrow's time, when today it's so easy for Indian men to kind of see what's somebody celebrity wearing at a Met Gala or at a Cannes festival.
True.
It's and they see what the VIPs are wearing, the styles, the preferences. So it's so easy for people to kind of adorn, if not copy them, but at least get inspired or want to dress like them or look different and express your own self in your own way. So Indian men have been exposed to all this. But let's not forget, India's love for jewelry goes way back.
True.
It goes back to the time of Maharajas. I'm from Rajasthan, so the Maharajas of Rajasthan. It started with ancient Egypt civilization.
Right.
The pharaohs, the Roman Empire, the senators, and then our own very own Indian.
Dated back to BC rather.
Yes, the Nizams, the Mughals.
True.
Extravagant jewelry. And I've growing up, I've seen all that. So it's the love for jewelry was always there.
Yeah, true.
It just has to be expressed in a different way now.
True. How does your brand Pranit Naheta remold Indian men?
Well, our USP, one of the USPs is that today, if you go to any international brand or any jewelry store, you would buy what's there, what they are offering you, and what's available. And it's a product which is available everywhere. A client can come to us with their own ideas, stories, inspiration,
right,
and get something bespoke designed, which will be only designed for himself. Customized. It's a bespoke piece made only for you, and that's the only piece which will be made.
Fascinating.
It won't be repeated again. So people can get that with us. And
wow,
we love to create for people because there's so many stories to tell. And that's something which one would treasure for lifetime.
Absolutely.
So it kind of gives us great pleasure in making such things for people. I remember a friend of mine said, I want to wear a gold biscuit on my neck as a pendant. I'm like, gold biscuit? I said, yeah. I said, okay, let me design something for you. Don't just put it on just like that. Let me create something for you.
Right.
And what we evolved, we kept going back and forth. And what we then created in the end for him was amazing. And now he loves wearing it. He loves talking about it and telling people that he's got it designed from me.
That's amazing.
So that's my USP. But our main core products are obviously going to be designed for groom gifting. Like I said, we are working on a new line which has a mood board and inspiration derived from hardware and tools. We're working with different textures of gold. I'm working with, this is hammered gold.
Wow.
Beaten gold. So I'm working with this sort of jewelry texture for
Are
men.
those dancing diamonds?
They are. And this is called the Radiant Rhapsody.
Oh, okay.
That's
Innovative
the name behind it, and it has a story again, of course.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So we're creating a whole line of groom gifting for men in excellent packaging, of course. So there are cufflinks, there's a tie pin, there's a bracelet, there's a ring, and there's a ear stud. A lot of men wear ear studs nowadays.
Right.
And then one can pick and choose what they want to add in their whole gift box to the groom.
Amazing.
So we'll be creating that. That's in the pipeline. And we'll keep working on these sort of designs with different inspirations.
That's amazing. I love your product line, and I'm amazingly fascinated by the fact that men's jewelry is going to take a new spotlight in the jewelry segment.
Absolutely. Men have been ignored, I feel, for quite some time. It's about time.
Now it's the spotlight on the men.
People put spotlight on men and jewelry for men.
And absolutely. What are your thoughts, Mr. Naheta, on how shall artificial intelligence play a significant role in shaping the jewelry industry in the coming years?
I've dwelled into this. I feel artificial intelligence, when it comes to jewelry, it's still in its nascent stage. Although the image development with artificial intelligence is still developing, there is still a long way to go where that is concerned. It's obviously AI is used in a lot of other things, but where jewelry design is concerned, imagery development, they call it, is got still a long way to go. So it will come into play. It will help in probably designs and inspirations and creating sort of a background for you, and the human touch will never go away.
Oh, absolutely. It's handcrafted jewelry.
Yes.
So the human touch will not go away.
Because then you connect with people, and AI cannot do that.
Absolutely.
So that will serve as a base. So in jewelry right now, it's not AI, but we only have augmented reality as of now, where people can see a piece online and then put it on virtually on yourself and see how it looks. You can go to a store also and digitally do that.
Right. There are a lot of stores across the globe which offer that segment and that experience.
Yes. But that's augmented reality. It's different from AI.
Absolutely.
So AI, I feel, will still take time. It will take shape. Having said that, you can probably put your, like if you want to market a certain product, like about when it comes to branding or marketing, you can get aid from ChatGPT nowadays.
Oh, absolutely. ChatGPT is taken over again. But again, the content which ChatGPT gives is, standardized. Editing is required.
Yeah, absolutely.
Refining the content is required.
Yeah, that's what I said. I mean, AI will just give you a base, a foundation, but you'll definitely need human touch and people to refine it, to customize it, and to make it suit your needs and palettes.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And to resonate with your own brand.
Yes, exactly.
So, Mr. Naheta, what are your future plans with your brand, Mr. Pranit Naheta, jewelry brand in India?
E-commerce is one for sure. That's definitely on the cards. I believe no brand can grow without e-commerce. Whether it's 100 rupee, 1,000 rupee, 10,000 rupee, or a 10 lakh rupee brand, a product, or services, as a matter of fact. So e-commerce is definitely one, but we are looking at collaborating with people to take our brand forward. We hoping, and I aspire to have investments come in from investors where I can make my brand reach all small cities, 2-tier, 3-tier cities in India, and we can have touch points, because jewelry is all about touch and feel.
Absolutely.
So we can have touch points in different areas all across the country, and collaborations, like I would our brand is going to be collaborating, and that's the plan forward with bespoke menswear designers, with wedding planners, with stylists. And if we want to grow this and reach to a larger audience, more people, we will need funds, and we'll need to invest more into not just our products, but also our marketing and branding. So we are looking into that. And once all that is set, a platform is a basis, a foundation is laid, and a platform is set. Right now, we only marketing and focusing on Mumbai. We are able to cater only to Mumbai.
But you'll venture out shortly.
Very soon. In the near future, we plan to reach out to more cities, and then eventually reach out pan-India.
The brilliant roadmap ahead of you. Wishing Pranit Naheta a lot of success in the coming years.
Thank you.
Looking forward to seeing your brand in all the tier 1 cities of India. So you have a brilliant roadmap ahead of you with a bright future for men's jewelry with your brand, Pranit Naheta.
Yes, I believe so. We've done a lot of groundwork, a lot of hard work to reach where we are at the moment. And it's only going upwards and going forward from here on. And I hope to see a piece of Pranit Naheta jewel on not every individual, but at least a lot of celebrities, a lot of avant-garde men in time to come.
Yes, absolutely. I'm looking forward to that.
Yes.
And I'm looking forward to seeing your brand in every tier 1 city of India.
That's going to be happening very soon.
Absolutely.
So Mumbai, Delhi, Bangalore, Hyderabad, these are the 4 cities you should be looking at seeing our brand very soon.
Amazing. Looking forward to having you touch and take India on a global platform with Pranit Naheta.
That's also on our agenda. I mean, when you asked for our brand's future plans, once it's established in India and we have sort of certain traction here, kind of a brand name and image here, we want to take part in the international shows and showcase ourselves to the international market on what Indian brands can offer in the segment of men's luxury jewelry.
Right. That's an amazing journey you shared with us at the DNS podcast.
Yes.
Grooms, if you're looking at getting jewelry customized for your wedding, kindly contact Pranit Naheta. Thank you so much for being on the DNS podcast, and thank you for your valuable time, sir.
It's my pleasure, absolutely. Pranit Naheta, what men wear. That's our tagline. And thank you, Niraalee, for inviting me. It was a pleasure. I had such a lovely conversation with you. You yourself are such a dynamic person. So it just, the energies kind of connect with each other, and it was wonderful. And really, thank you from the bottom of my heart for having me here.
Thank you so much. It's our pleasure. Thank you.